package the next few years. That's what's important. Not gonna focus too much on what's happened in the past, although you can use it as reference. But I'm feeling good. Trying to work on the technical side of my game more than anything. Um, so not really workloads, but just trying to fine tune.
Mm.
Hopefully it works.
Kaji, were you hurt by what happened at the World Cup? I mean, especially on a sort of individual level, you went there with such high expectations, and I guess other fast bowlers sort of stole the limelight a bit.
Um, well, yeah, I think I was not up to my best at the World Cup. I think I was just okay. um, yeah, it's just one of those that it just didn't go well. Um, no excuses. We didn't play well at all. It was disappointing, but some of us still have another crack at it, another two cracks at it. So what's important is that we learn from what happened, and then the challenge is to really go there and win. I think a lot of things went wrong, but I think, well, I certainly faced them up front. Everything that happened, face it up front, and not really run away from it. I'm pretty sure that's what the other guys are doing. And the next one, hopefully I'm there. And yeah, really looking to win that one, really.
Short term, do you use it as motivation for like this summer coming up?
Not what, the World Cup?
Well, just on a personal level, the fact that you said you weren't at your best there, does it make you a bit sort of angry and more determined this summer to really have a major impact?
I think I'm disappointed. I wouldn't say I'm angry, because what am I gonna do with that anger? I mean, I guess when a setback comes, you want to be determined, but you don't want to change a lot of things. It's just about seeing where you went wrong. That's just it. And then putting a bit of extra work here and there. But it's about identifying the problem, not really going out there and trying to be a different thing.
Kaji, you had a good relationship with Otis. How's this transition period been? Were you very disappointed when you heard that he won't continue, and how have you since gotten along with the new guys?
Well, yeah, Otis, I think he was good for us. I've enjoyed working with every single bowling coach. They bring a different energy. And now I'm back with Vinny. I've worked with Vinny before, and I've worked with Enoch before. Myself, Quinton, Rassi, Riza. There's a whole lot of players that have worked with Enoch as well. I've worked with Enoch since the age group levels, and we've always been a successful team under him. He's also coached the under-19 side as the assistant when Ray Jennings was there. So I've worked with him there. A lot of players have, a lot of players who were in the age group level when I was there, that they know about Enoch, and they know that Enoch is a quality coach. And for me, it's not anything new. I've worked with Justin, played with Justin. The only thing is just is Lance Kloosner. I'm not familiar with him well enough, but other guys are like Andile, David Miller, the Dolphins guys. So I mean, at the moment, we see it seems as if it's new, but we are quite close knit. So that's nice. That's nice to know. It's nice to feel.
Tell me about bowling in India. You had a very successful IPL earlier this year. What requirements do you put on yourself when you bowl over there?
It's just about we play to win. So you just need to learn, or you need to figure out what you need to do well, and that your contribution is giving the team a better chance to win. So that's all I try to focus on. My individual performance will help the team win. Ultimately, it's a team game. So Yes.
So from a technical perspective, I mean, what are you doing? Are you trying to bowl ultra fast when you're over there? Are you looking to hit the pitch hard?
You're looking to bowl with good pace, and not a lot of things change. You try hit a good area,
Yeah.
and if you need to bowl a Yorker, you bowl a Yorker. If you need to change your pace, change your pace. You need to bowl a bouncer. Shuffle your field around. Know what batsman likes which shot. Bowl to a certain area, a certain batsman. Have a certain game plan in the death, in the front six, and in the middle. It's just pushing and pulling strings. It's a moment thing. Just trying to figure out what you need to do in the moment, but a lot of the experience helps. When you've played there before, at least you have an idea of how to go about it, and you can add things or discard things, etc.
KG, going back to the disappointment of the World Cup, does knowing that for you, the younger guys, knowing the fact that there's going to be another World Cup or 2 more World Cups, does it make you deal with the disappointment easier? And was there maybe a different reaction from the guys who have now left the national team?
Yes, I mean, we some of the guys who know that they've got another crack at it, we are determined, and I think the group that have a crack at it, you know, we're very optimistic group. Not saying that the previous years weren't, but I'm just working with what we have now. I think we are optimistic and know we are believers. So I think that's very important. And with everything happening around with Cricket South Africa, the new structures, etc., we need to plan ahead, and that's what's important. It's not that you want to put all the memories aside, that happened at the World Cup. It's about, like I said, identifying what we feel went wrong, and then addressing it, and then having a plan moving forward. So it's a challenge, and that's why we play the sport. We don't play it, for the fame, or ultimately we play it to win. When you're in the moment, you play to win, and it's a challenge for us. And we know that we're representing the country. But this is what we did since we were young, since we were 9. We played this game for a reason. And now there's media and there's a whole lot of other things. But when we're out there, we know why we're playing. So that's the challenge. International cricket, playing against the best of the best. Let's see if we can do it.
You're obviously very, very experienced on the subcontinent now, KG. Do you feel that in terms of bowling there, you pretty much have your plans 100%? Obviously, one learns at international level all the time. And then just you were on the previous tour. What do you think are the pitfalls from that tour? Obviously, the pitches were quite special. But what do you think South Africa can learn from the previous tour, looking at this tour?
Previous tour were very successful. We won the T20 series, and we won the one-day series. The Test series was a bit shambles, but I mean, it's not an excuse, but those wickets were just terrible. If I could give an example, the first Test match, it was 200 v 200 first innings. If we batted first, it's a different ball game, because we ended up having to chase the game. But if we're batting first, if we would just win the toss, it's a whole different ball game. We give India a scare in the first test. Second test, they prepare a better wicket. Ultimately, it shows we lost 4-0. We got hammered. But it's just really interesting, really. I mean, it's like our recent tour to Sri Lanka. It's just like we're confused. And I mean, rightly so. It's very tricky conditions. Very tricky conditions. So there's a whole lot of talks about how to approach the spin. Yeah, we'll see how we go. There's a lot. What helps is that there's guys who've played there from the Sri Lanka tour. So I guess what you can do from now is use what worked in Sri Lanka or what didn't work, and at least have a base. Because when you go there for your first time, it's weird.
Mm.
You don't know what to do. If you have a look at how Faf played, he knew what he wanted to do. He kept scoring 40s. I think he got a couple of 50s. He got starts, and he had an approach. You could see his approach. He's played there. He knows the subcontinent. So, with our guys now coming up, at least they have an idea, and hopefully we can execute. So it's another challenge. It's a whole different condition.
Can I just ask you about fast bowling around the world at the moment? Pat Cummins, who's a good mate of yours, Joff Archer, Jasprit Bumrah, these guys have all kind of elevated their games seemingly, and where people were once saying Kagiso Rabada is the future of fast bowling in international cricket, your name seems to fall a little bit down the list. How does that make you feel?
Well, it's never easy, maintaining a career. That's one thing that I've learned. It's a lot of ups and downs, but you want to be. I wanted to play. When I played, I wanted to be the best in the world, and everybody wants to be the best. So you're naturally gonna compete in that fashion. But I'm not too worried. I'm nice and easy. I admire those bowlers. They're good bowlers. However, the media hypes certain players up. That's okay. I know that I've been playing well anyway. And yeah, I admire them. I'm friends with them. I think Joffrey Archer is such a natural talent. Bumrah, he's doing wonders. And I think it can force you also to lift your game up. Yeah, but you're not always there. That's one thing I can tell you.
Yeah. I'm good. Cool. Thank you very